other lightweight process that we have in place that's also helped a lot is like on compensation. We have option impact, which is free to join if you give your data. And basically, for every candidate, we run the comps based off of their level. And then we say, like, our philosophy is we pay at X percentile for cash and X percentile for equity. And then you can show, and then that helps like the candidate also understand, like, this is how we comp everyone else at the company. Now it's just a discussion of where you are in terms of level and skills, and less a like, what do you feel like you're worth? And that conversation gets tricky. And so if you can say, this is how we comp everyone at the company, and like we stick by this, then it's a little bit less of a just a negotiation, just making up numbers. And so with that data, if you can anchor the candidate to a range and explain it, I would say 90% of the time, if we anchor at that stage, then we're at least talking in that same zip code as opposed to having majorly wide bands.
Yeah. David, do you have something to add?
Yeah, well, actually, just quickly in terms of comp data, I'll throw in another tool which I like. We use Option Impact as well. The other one is Pave, which is quite slick. You can connect your Carter and your whatever HRIS system, and then you sort of can automatically see. But I was just thinking, Jaclyn, when you're talking about like you should optimize for whatever your team's strengths are, the other thing you can also leverage is your network and the ecosystem that's kind of sitting around your company. And rather than just relying on your team to close candidates, you can also use your investors. So for example, one of our investors is the co-founder of Superhuman. And when we were trying to close our CTO, I made sure to sort of introduce Vivek to our CTO candidate. And he spent like an hour and a half with him. And it was awesome at like breaking down why he believed in the company and really sold the candidate. So obviously, like, you've got only a handful of those kind of bullets to fire. You don't want to be like swamping your investors every single candidate, but for those really critical hires, really pull in the people who are invested in the success of your company.
I would add just like one more thing, because David's exactly right. One of the things that we do is we share asymmetric information with candidates. So like, I'll share my most recent investor update. I'll share board decks. I'll share our pitch decks. And you can't get that. Again, this is something you'll never get at later stage. And so you have to lean into what the strengths are for earlier stage. And for us, like, we feel very confident sharing that with our team as well as prospective employees. And if you can do it, I think you should.